My vengeance ends now.
Now it's time to talk about one of my favorite games of all time. It is not my number one, but definitely in the top 10. You guys are probably aware of the fact that every mainline God of War game is directed by a different person. Usually that would result in a franchise with an identity crisis. That could result in a franchise in which every game is so different from the rest that you would find it hard to believe they are from the same series. In another timeline, the different ideologies of the different directors would make the God of War franchise a mess. But one thing that turned this threat into an opportunity was communication. Yes, different people worked on this series, but they were more than a group. They were a team. They all had different opinions, but they respected each other. There was ego, yes, but it never was to a point that no one would take feedback. Every director brought something new to the table. In a way, they were brainstorming. And at this point, all the bad ideas were omitted, all the flawed ideas were fixed, and all the good ideas were perfected. They had learned everything they needed, and now all that was left was to use their entire knowledge and experience to make the best game they can. They were not competing against each other, they were competing alongside each other. It was like a group athlete. They were running in turn. After running, David gave the piece of wood to Corey, and he, after running, gave the piece of wood to Styx, and he ran and reached the goal. And that goal was making a game that was almost perfect. Each director gave all the needed instructions to the team before leaving. Each director built upon the foundation made by the previous directors. But of course, this was not just the job of the directors. Tens or even hundreds of people were involved in making these games. The directors may come and go, but most of the rest of the team stayed. They knew what they were doing. They were not clueless. They knew the general directions. They could make a functional and maybe even a good enough game, but the director had to make sure that the games were more than just good enough. Each person as an individual had his or her strengths and weaknesses, but as a team, they could take their strengths into a good use and could fix their weaknesses. The passionate arguments during the making of these games made them even better. Now, let's see what they have cooked. This game was originally released on PS3. I have been emulating the original versions of the previous games, but this time I played the PS4 remaster of this game on a PS5. I don't know how it used to look on a PS3, but on a PS5 this game looks really good. I mean, just look at it, my god, those details on Kratos' face. You can read his entire backstory from his eyes. Look how angry he is. He is ready to finish his revenge arc. Look at that transition and that beautiful blue fire.
My brothers, we were forged in victory. A victory that ended the Great War and brought forth the reign of Mount Olympus. Born from the depths of the Underworld, rooted in the River of Souls, our mountain emerged out of the chaos. As it grew, so too did the might of the Olympians. We created a world of peace, a world of prosperity, a world that lives in the shadow and safety of my mountain. A mountain that has come to be the absolute measure of strength and power. Now, on this day, that power is to be tested. The mortal Kratos seeks to destroy all that I have wrought. Brothers, put aside the petty grievances that have splintered us for so long. We will unite. We will stand together. And I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail!
From the darkest depths of Hades to the highest heights of Mount Olympus, we see the chaos that Kratos and the Titans have brought. A beautiful world that is slowly becoming an ugly post-apocalyptic one. While witnessing the destruction, we hear a speech from Zeus, the same speech that he was giving to the rest of the gods at the end of God of War 2. There was a time skip between the first and second game, but this time we are exactly at where we left off. People not only had to buy a new game to see the end of the story that started from the previous game, they even had to buy a new and expensive console, and the developers delivered something that made that purchase worth it. This time Zeus's voice actor is doing an even greater job. Now it is so enjoyable to just listen to him. The gods look down from Mount Olympus to see what is happening, and the situation seems to be much worse than what they expected. And their design is amazing. I especially love how Poseidon and Hades look. Well, Helios is the only one whose design looks generic to me. He looks like a regular soldier next to the rest of the gods. He flies with his magic horses. Hermes, with his super speed, runs down the mountain. Hades uses his weapon to jump down the mountain. Zeus gives a signal to Hercules so that he would tell the soldiers to attack their enemies. Everyone goes down to fight, while Zeus, the king of the gods, and Poseidon, his second in command, watch from the above. The camera zooms in on Gaia and goes through a jungle to see Kratos on her right shoulder. He says the same line he said to Zeus at the end of God of War 2. And again this time the voice acting is even better. I enjoy the rage in his voice.
Zeus! Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus!
He shows the blade of Olympus, and I love how it is glowing, as if it is burning with a blue fire. Some undead legionnaires attack Kratos, while Helios keeps trash talking. And the enemies in this game are so detailed, I find it hard to believe that they are the same enemies I used to fight in the PS2 games. The animation and the sound design of this game is god tier. Using the chain blades had never been this fun. It is a lullaby to my ears. The way blood comes out of the enemies each time I hit them is beautiful. You know the drill by now. Square for light attack that goes up to a 6-hit combo, triangle for a heavy attack that goes to a 3-hit combo, and circle for grabbing the enemies. You can also mix and match, like square square triangle, or my favorite 5 squares 1 triangle. L1 is the guard button that if you press it exactly when an enemy hits you, you will go into a parry state and you can press the attack buttons to counter attack. Hold triangle to launch enemies and yourself to the air. While killing them, we also see Gaia climbing the mountain. We can already see how much powerful these new hardware are. You couldn't have this much stuff going on at the same time on a PS2. Even the pre-rendered cutscenes weren't this cool. When an undead legionnaire is almost defeated, only its upper body is left and it is helplessly crawling, and you can get close to them and press circle to stomp on their head and make their skull explode in a really satisfying way. The Titans are slowly reaching Zeus, so Poseidon joins the battle and he's single-handedly turning the table against the Titans. He jumps down and he does it so fast that he stabs a titan with the velocity of his body and sends it down into water, killing it. Poseidon comes out of water in a new form. He is a giant water monster now, but we can't see his full body yet. With his giant tentacles he gets Gaia. While she is asking for help from Kratos, we see Poseidon take down another titan. With R2 we can use magic, and at the moment we only have one magic that makes a gigantic tornado and damages all the enemies around him. So another AoE magic attack like Poseidon's Rage. I would rather have one magic from God of War 2 to show a direct continuation, like how we had a magic from God of War 1 at the beginning of God of War 2. But this one is also cool. We still have R1 as the interact button, and we still need to press it and then mash circle to make way for Kratos. And yes, sometimes it's too demanding. We still move with the left analog stick and roll with the right one. We see another titan trying to approach Zeus. A part of Poseidon's new body reveals itself. A giant water monster that is half horse and half lobster. Again, the first boss has a few mini bosses before it. I do my favorite move on it until it shoots a giant water laser, and at that exact moment I use my magic, because yet again it comes with invisible frames and I love it for it. Gaia is struggling, and as a result we go to different fighting states. Now we are hanging from her hand and we should continue the fight like that. Now I like to do square square triangle and will press cross to move quickly and evade the attacks. Then we are clinging to Gaia's hand as if it is a wall. And here I like to mash square or triangle while going up. And again move fast with cross to evade the attacks. Then again we are on foot and sometimes it tries to crush us. Again my main focus is on very hard mode, which is called chaos mode. So at first we had mortal for easy, hero for normal, Spartan for hard and god for very hard. Then we had mortal for easy, Spartan for normal, god for hard and Titan for very hard. And now we have Spartan for easy, god for normal, Titan for hard and chaos for very hard. This is my favorite iteration of the naming of the difficulties so far. But I guess we could have swapped God and Titan because we can clearly see how helpless the Titans are against the gods. Here it earns the name Chaos because of the madness that is this difficulty. It feels like a final boss because of how easy it is to die. Not just the difficulty, but even the mood of this fight feels like a final boss. Let me say it again, the tutorial of this game feels like a final boss. That's a new level of awesomeness. When the monster is knocked out, you should grab it to start the finisher QTE. This time each button is on the same direction it is on the controller. So even when you panic, you will still know where to press. Again we can move on the wall and we can do it faster by pressing cross. I love how Kratos uses his blades to do so. We see Hades pulling down a titan with his weapon. Just like the previous games, we have green chests for health, blue chests for magic, and red chests for experience points. But don't collect red orbs right now, it will be a waste of time. There are some parts in which we are slowly moving on narrow places, but they are few and far between. Gaia is still helpless against Poseidon. The undead archers return and they are the same as ever. We can jump and double jump with cross and can press R1 to attach a chain blade to a hook and hold it to swing from it. With R1 we can also open chests and also look around when the game lets us. For example, here we can see the chain of balance which secures the bond between Olympus and the Underworld. By pairing, you can also send projectiles back to their senders. A fire titan falls down because of Helios. Poseidon hits Gaia so hard that there is a hole in her chest now. By holding cross we can glide. We still have the wings of Icarus. We enter a temple and a centaur captain tries to stab us in the back, which can be countered by moving the left analog stick in the way game tells you. You can make him helpless by square triangle. Its finisher QTE is so brutal, I love it. We can see the giant corpse of Ares in the ice, the guy who started this whole madness. It really gives you a feel of finality to the game. You should pull a lever to make a platform near you and you should reach it before it goes back. Again, the save system is not stylized at all, and this time I can't even show it to you because PS5 doesn't record its own save system. But it was interesting to see a game that had manual save on a system that always saves automatically. Like Chains of Olympus, there are moments that we have two demanding QTEs in a row. we fight another water monster. This time alongside the heavy attacks, it has a light attack that I can block. At the end of first round, I make a big hole in its belly and cut off one of its legs. At round 2, I run out of magic, so I have to evade instead. I will open its wound and stab it with the leg that I have cut. Gaia is free now, but she needs a time to rest. So we enter her body to continue. Oh look, going through a very narrow hall, one of modern gaming's favorites. Second only to the color yellow. We can hold R1 to slide down fast or let go of the ceiling. We can see Gaia's heart, and these titans has an interesting anatomy. We should move a platform to continue the game, but before you do, use it to pick up Zeus's eagle. It is one of the secret items in the game that lets you have a spatial advantage or disadvantage after you beat the game on very hard mode. We can hold an object with R1 and move it with the left analog stick, but here we can also rotate it with the right analog stick. If you are pushing it forward, Kratos will run and move it much faster. Now when you grab an enemy, you can press cross to throw it at another, circle to hit it until it dies, triangle to rip it in half, and new to this game, press square to run and hit the rest with the grabbed enemy, and then throw it or crush it. Now we exit Gaia's body and we can see Poseidon's whole body now. Most people love this line from Poseidon.
You challenge me, mortal? A god of Olympus?
And yeah, it is cool and menacing. But you know what is even more cool and menacing? What Kratos says in return.
A true warrior does not hide, Poseidon! Leave the sea and face me!
I think his voice actor was a little bit too close to the microphone, but it makes the voice even cooler here. I can feel all the anger from his voice. I enjoyed this line so much that I think it is finally time to talk about the voice acting in this series. Everyone does a great job with the voice acting in these games, especially the voice of classic Kratos, T.C. Carson. In a recent interview, he said that when he was the voice of Kratos, he was in a part of his life in which he was very angry at his life. So the reason that he did such a great job as Kratos was that the anger in his voice was real. Voice acting as Kratos became something like a therapy session for him. Here, let the legend say it for himself.
At the time, I was very angry. There were a lot of things going on that had me in a real nasty place. And Kratos allowed me to do that. He allowed me to be able to vent all of that anger. He allowed me to be able to vent all of that rage. And I think that's the thing that people resonate with because it was real. Those were real moments for me to be able to do that and be able to get that out. So it was like going to therapy, really. Because I would always leave the session like,
Also, it was cute to see both voice actors of Kratos being in the same panel. I love how much Christopher Judge respects him. Sony and Santa Monica were kinda a jerk to him by secretly replacing him, but the new voice of Kratos has nothing but respect for the old voice of Kratos. Like, he's the first person to stand up for him and cheer for him, and by doing so he indirectly tells the rest to do it as well. The only other time I saw something like this was when both of the previous voice actors of Sonic the Hedgehog were on the same panel. Okay, let's continue.
you have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
First, we should free Gaia's hand by attacking this lobster leg. Sometimes the floor below Kratos will get electrified, which means you should leave that place if you don't want to lose at least 50% of a full health bar. Sometimes he will attack you with his tentacles, and again you should run away from it if you don't want to die. When you free Gaia's hand, she will hold Poseidon. We jump on her hand to engage into a direct combat with Poseidon. I guard when he attacks with his hand and evade or use magic when he uses his spear. We will destroy his breastplate with a QTE. Then we jump back on Gaia's head to free her. We free her hand while jumping on it, and Gaia punches Poseidon with all her might. It sends Kratos into Poseidon's monster form, and he takes his real form out of it, and it looks way past cool. I would like to have a fight against Poseidon's human form here as well, but the boss fight looked awesome already, so no problem there.
Zeus should have kept you where you belong. No matter how many gods fall, there will always be another to stand against you.
They will fall as well.
The death of Olympus means the death of us all.
Then prepare for your death, Poseidon.
Poseidon is defeated, but the gods of Olympus are egomaniacs, so he still keeps trash talking to Kratos. And Kratos have answers so savage I can't help but love it. Now we have to finish him, but be careful because on very hard mode, Poseidon even in this weak state can kill you if you fail the QTE. This is one of the most brutal deaths in the series. Poseidon tries to run away, but when you start a fight with Kratos, you have to finish it. It is too late to back down.
The death of Zeus is within our reach. Climb to my hand.
By the death of Poseidon, the balance between the water and the land is destroyed, so the water level goes much higher than what it should be. And Athens, the city that we worked so hard to save it in the first game, goes completely underwater. And the other cities like Sparta probably share the same fate, and that is a tragedy. Kratos is so much vengeful at the moment that he hasn't realized by time traveling he had saved the city of Sparta, but now with what he did right now, his blood Sparta is once again destroyed, but this time by his own hands. So yeah, that is the one single reason that prevents the time traveling from God of War 2 from becoming the worst idea ever. But still, it would be better if that game didn't have any time traveling in it. Gaia and Kratos reach Zeus, that at the moment they are no match for him.
will you do, Father? You can no longer hide behind the skirts of Athena.
Athena is dead because of the rage that consumes you, Kratos. What more will you destroy?
The hands of death could not defeat me. The sisters of fate could not hold me. And you will not see the end of this day. I will have my revenge!
Excellent child! I will tolerate your insolence no more!
Gaia! I can hold on no longer!
If I help you, we will both fall. Even now, Zeus gains.
The destruction of Zeus is why you saved me from death!
I saved you to serve the Titans.
Do not deny me my revenge!
Listen carefully, Kratos. You were a simple pawn, nothing more. Zeus is no longer your concern. This is our war, not yours.
Gaia!
I have lived as a warrior. I have died as a god. Having suffered the ultimate sacrifice, I have been denied release. I will defeat Olympus. I will have my revenge.
Gaia betrays Kratos, and it is probably the dumbest betrayal in the entire history of video games. I am not saying why did she betray him. I ask why did she betray him now? You should betray your allies when you have the upper hand, not when you still need them. If it weren't for Kratos, Poseidon would have single-handedly killed all the Titans. I know why Gaia wanted to get rid of all the gods, because I am aware of the ironies of the ancient Greek stories. Gaia has become petty. Zeus punished all the Titans because of the sins of one Titan, even the Titan that was a mother figure to him. And now, Gaia wants to punish all the gods because of the sins of one god, even the god that helped her, and in another timeline would have been a great ally or even a friend to her. There is a dark yet beautiful irony in it. What if she wanted to kill Kratos? Wouldn't it be much smarter if she waited for Kratos to kill Zeus and the rest of the gods, and then kill him when he becomes tired and wounded? She looked smart, but turned out that she was actually stupid. Then we see a cutscene that, just like the awesome cutscene you see the moment you open up the game, is very stylized. Have you seen those videos in which they tell a story with just soil and light? I think they aim to capture the feeling of those stuff with these animations, and I love it. Now Kratos is in River Styx in the Underworld, and I don't know, did he just fall into it or did he die for the third time if I'm not mistaken? No, let's go in chronological order. In Chains of Olympus, he went to Hades, Tartarus, and Elysium. In God of War 1, he got sacked by Ares. He went to the domain of death in Ghosts of Sparta. In God of War 2, he got sacked by Zeus. Then again in God of War 2, he fell into Underworld alongside Icarus. And in this game, he enters Afterlife 3 times, I think. The ones I am sure they count are his deaths by the hands of Ares and Zeus, so at least 2 times. Then from God of War 3, Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta, we could count 1 from each, so 5 times. But if we counted every time Kratos entered any form of ancient Greek afterlife, then he died 3 times in Chains of Olympus, once in God of War 1, once in Ghosts of Sparta, twice in God of War 2, and 3 times in God of War 3. He died 10 times in the Greek games alone. We could also count each time he goes from one form of afterlife to another. In that case, it would be 13 times. I didn't even count the modern games. I think he went to some place called Helheim or something in God of War 4. He got killed and revived by Thor in Ragnarok, and he went to Valhalla in Valhalla, so 16 times. Let's say 17 times just in case I forgot something. We could say 18 times considering what happened in one of the comics. Let's reserve one place for Ascension, so 19 times. And I guess we could count all of Kratos' unsuccessful attempts at self-destruction as one. So it would be 20 times, which is a round number, and also we could be sure that it is not more than that. So if someone asks you how many times Kratos has died, you can say once in the first game, once in the second game, and once in Ragnarok, which makes it 3. Or you could go actually mode like me here and say 20, which is a big number, so you could take what Cory Barlog said at face value and say they kill him in every game, and there are 8 games that are 3D action games, so that would make it 8 times. You could also count Valhalla as a separate game, which makes it 9 times. Let's count one from the comics and make it 10, and oh my god, just say the bare minimum, which is 3. I got a headache. I think I need help. Which would be a perfect segue to a BetterHelp sponsorship. But I'm a small channel. Even smaller than small. I'm a micro channel right now. I've got a long way to get my first sponsorship. Calm down, I was joking. I know BetterHelp went through some controversies. I won't seek getting sponsored by them. So subscribe maybe? And don't get me wrong, even these 83 subscribers means the world to me. Just the fact that someone does in fact care about what I am saying here warms my heart. Thank you to all of you 83 people. I love you all. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, River Styx. I think this one was the biggest tangent I have gone on so far. Sorry about that. Let's continue talking about God of War 3. There are some souls in the river, and they attack us and take almost everything we had from this game and the second game. Yeah, they did a Metroid again, and this time it's a little bit anticlimactic to me. I don't know, the way they did it in God of War 2 looks cooler to me.
We are not finished, Zeus. The gates of Hades have never held me.
Death cannot hold those with purpose, Kratos.
Athena,
I have missed you, Spartan.
I don't...
My sacrifice to save Zeus has brought me to a higher existence.
You still appear to be an Olympian.
Appearances can be deceiving, Kratos.
So can the children of Olympus.
Perhaps. But remember, my death came by your blade.
My blade was meant for Zeus. Be quick with your words.
As we speak, the war for Olympus rages on, and mankind suffers.
Let them suffer. The death of Zeus is all that matters.
Zeus will not fall as easily as Ares. To destroy the king of the gods, you must seek the source of his strength, the Flame of Olympus.
You once sacrificed yourself to save Zeus, and now you seek to destroy him? What has brought about this change?
I see truths where I did not before. Perhaps these will earn back your trust. These are the blades of exile. They will help guide you on your journey to the flame. Remember, as long as Zeus reigns, there is no hope for mankind. Destroy the flame, Kratos, and the very foundations of Olympus will crumble.
Kratos sees the spirit of Athena and we realize that he still regrets killing her. After a short while, he tries to look uninterested, but his reaction to seeing her ghost says it all. Yeah, Athena annoys him a lot, but for a time she was all he had. She was the only person he could talk to. She was the only familiar face in a horrible world in which all his loved ones were dead. But Athena acts suspicious now. Once she sacrificed her life to save Zeus, but now because of vague reasons she tells Kratos how to kill Zeus and even upgrades the blades of Athena into the blades of exile. So Kratos' chain blades were first called the blades of chaos. Then it was called the Blades of Athena, and now it is called the Blades of Exile. And in the modern games it would again become the Blades of Chaos. An outsider would say these are all the same thing, but when you get into the details they are different enough. In the hands of a master, each could give a totally different experience. But I am no master. I am just slightly above average at best. Combat wise, the Blades of Exile are my favorite, but design wise, they are my least favorite. They kinda look ugly, but that is a nitpick because when using it is the most fun. Why should I complain about its design? Now let's look for the fire of Olympus in order to kill Zeus. We see people falling down everywhere. Considering the huge amount of people Kratos killed through killing Poseidon, yeah, it will be raining human for a while. You have lost all the red orbs you obtained, so you should start over again. There are some zombie-like creatures that you should grab them to get red orbs. Killing them with the blades won't give you any. And yet there are still breakable objects that you can get red orbs from. No nonsense like not getting red orbs from objects and chests from like how it was in God of War 2. The chests that give you Gorgon eyes or phoenix feathers are much bigger here, which makes them stand out more. This time you only need 3 of each to upgrade. I will say the reason later. You can hold L1 and then press circle to do Scorpion's get over here move, but in this game you go there. Look around more in this game. We are not on PS2 anymore. Don't assume all the far things are just background. Wow, that music is so beautiful. It is sad but also very relaxing. I think I should also talk about the soundtracks because I haven't talked about them in the previous videos. The soundtracks of the God of War series is good. Some would even say stuff like it is one of the best soundtracks ever or it is in my workout list, but I won't go that far. I enjoy them in the games, but it is not like the soundtracks of, for example, Sonic the Hedgehog video games that I would listen to them even outside of those games. But I have to say that the soundtrack of God of War 3 is at that level. Some soundtracks are new and some are from the previous games, but they have been tweaked and now they went from king tier to god tier. but of course your enjoyment of music is totally subjective and I know nothing about music, so I will stop there. Even the pause menu is super stylized. It is actually Pandora's box and each page of the menu is a side of it. Just the way this menu moves is awesome. The menu! There was no need to work that much on the menu. It shows how passionate the developers were.
I knew you would be back, Spartan. Did you miss me?
We reached the gate to the Temple of Hades, but we can't open it right now. So Hades starts telepathically trash talking to Kratos. And again, what a great voice acting. Should I also mention that he shares the same voice actor as Mr. Krabs? I feel like it's becoming another one of those gaming fun facts that everyone says. The likes of Mario 2 being a rehash of Doki Doki Panic, and Devil May Cry was supposed to be Resident Evil 4. This time again we have 4 magic attacks. The first one we have is Army of Sparta, which is like what we had at the start of the game, but less powerful. By doing this magic, the souls of Kratos' Spartan brothers will come and help him. We can still hang from the ropes and chains and move during it, which can be done faster by pressing cross. And we have square for a quick kick, triangle for a long swipe, and circle for grab. And all of these are faster in this game. You can let go by pressing R1. In this game we can collect some notes that are usually from the different characters from the different games in this series. And a few are from characters that we have never met. For example, the first one we find is written by Persephone's love interest, if I'm not mistaken. In this game there are some white chests that they always give you red orbs, but sometimes they will give another colored orb as well, which is sometimes blue and sometimes green. Have I mentioned that even the chests are more beautiful in this game? Don't always go forward. Sometimes go back to find some chests. There are some rats that killing them will give you one single red orb, but they are very small and very quick, so don't even bother. Then again 2 demanding cuties in a row, but this time it is one of those in which you should rapidly alternate between L1 and R1. Have I said how bad this one is before? Mashing one button at a time? Fine, but don't make me mash 2 buttons. It's so tiring. The Gorgons return and they are similar to the previous versions. Decapitating them gives you blue orbs, but this time it will also petrify the nearby enemies. Because we don't have a Gorgon head in this game. We will get another way of freezing enemies, but we don't have it yet. Not every pit is bottomless. Some of them have hidden chests in them. Some branches have blocked our path, so we go to the left.
I have suffered enough, Spartan. Hades, he sentenced me to this eternal torture. My prison of tinder. But now that you are here, you can free me. All I have left is my bow. Please, free me, and it is yours.
Someone tells us to free him and get his bow in return. But it is Kratos that we are talking about. Asking help from him is not that much different from a death wish. We reach the first puzzle of the game, and of course we should kill a person in it. But this time we mentally torture him before that. There is a small cage with the same branches in it that has blocked our path and has trapped this man. There is a Cerberus behind some bars. You should put that cage in front of it to set it on fire, and with the smoke it creates, you can reach higher places to free that Cerberus. It can shoot fireballs at you that you can't block at the moment, and it can bite or attack you with its claws, which you can block. When you do the QT on it, you will ride it, and for a short while you can use its powers for yourself. So an edgy version of the animal friends from the Donkey Kong Country games basically. With the fireballs that it can shoot, we kill all the enemies and burn that wooden cage. killing the man in it. For this horrible act, we get rewarded with the bow of Apollo. It is like Typhon's Bane, but instead of magic, it takes energy. Now we have a red bar below the green and blue bars, which is for energy. Each arrow you shoot drains from it, but it will automatically refill itself. So unlike God of War 2, you have infinite arrows, but it takes a few seconds to charge itself. Hold L2 to draw the bow and press square to fire. It also has something like Mega Man's charged shot. If you hold the square, when you release it, it will shoot a fiery arrow, which burns the aimed enemy and the enemies next to it. With it, you can also burn those branches. This bow is the reason we only need 3 eyes or feathers to upgrade health and magic. Because in this game we also need to collect 3 Minotaur horns to increase your energy meter. And I love how fast it is. In the older games, each time you collected a full set, its animation took more time than it should. Also, am I the only one? Or using your red orbs really sound like peeing? Then we find a note from a random person that sums up the music you can hear at the moment perfectly. The voice sings of pain and loss. These things I know too well, but still can bear. It is when the voice sings of hope that I learn true anguish, a longing for that which I can never have. Wow, that was dark and beautiful at the same time, just like the music itself. I was surprised when I found this note because it is similar to the feeling I first got from hearing this music for the first time. It was depressing yet hopeful. It's interesting how the tortured souls in this game are similar to how they have been described in some books related to religious things and stuff about the life after death. Some souls regret what they have done, but it's too late. And some souls blame their friends for corrupting them, but at the end of the day, it is their own fault for listening to them. Then the Harpies return. Of course the bat-like creatures will come in hell. That is where they belong. L1 plus circle makes dealing with them easier. By doing that, you can go to the air and grab them. We reach the 3 judges. I think they decide if you should stay in hell or go to heaven. But before they judge you, you should do 3 challenges. These challenges actually add to the lore of God of War. In the first challenge, we see people falling from above and the hands of Hades come from below. You should destroy them all. If those hands grab a human, it will turn it into a zombie. In the second challenge, we see a zombie that reaches the end of the line and transforms into a Minotaur as a result. So now we know where all those enemies that we have been fighting throughout the games come from. They are the bad people that died and turned into monsters as punishment for the sins that they have committed. This could also be a reference to chess. You should kill the zombies before they become a threat. It is a shame that in each game, we have to gain or regain the ability to parry. Fighting a Minotaur without it feels wrong. Just see how many times I am in a perfect opportunity to parry, but I just didn't have the ability yet. But you can always parry the petrifying beams, if your reaction is fast enough, that is. A Minotaur can launch you in the air, and yes, killing them with a QT still gives you green orbs. At challenge 3, we should kill all the enemies.
By the gods of Olympus and order of Zeus, we are the 3 judges. Face your final judgment, mortal. King Aeacus has found you wanting. King Rhadamanthus has found you worthy. It falls to me, King Minos, to make the final decision. Your future is cloaked in shadow. The realm of the afterlife is not yet ready for you. Beyond that door waits your destiny.
Don't they work for Zeus? Why are they aiding us then? There are some oil pods that if you shoot an arrow at them, they will explode and injure the enemies nearby. There is another note here, but because it respawns, I assume they want me to read it later. So I will read the next one instead, which is seemingly from the mother of Kratos. And it is the most interesting one. Is Kratos' redemption a result of her sacrifice? Is this why the judges gave Kratos another chance? Is Kratos' mother secretly one of the most underrated mothers in gaming?
Father?
Calliope,
Oh,
you are not my daughter.
no. But I know who you are.
You know of me.
They said you would come.
Playing with toys, Kratos.
Show yourself, Hades. Another one of your tricks.
As usual, Spartan, you are gravely mistaken.
Face me, coward!
So eager, Kratos. Relax. Soon enough, we will have our time to play.
Then those explosive girls show up again, and they usually get themselves killed here. If they don't, you can easily kill them with the bow and the oil pods. Now allow me to go on of a tangent again. Am I biased, or this game really looks better than the modern God of War games? I think my reason for thinking so is completely unrelated, but it's the only one I can come up with. The reason that some older games look better than some new games is that those old games have their own unique art style. Meanwhile, some of those new games' art style is just realism, which is a general and generic art style. But I don't know if it really is related to it because it is a Gen 7 game, an era in which the situation was even worse than nowadays. Because at least we have some colors now, and also indie gaming is much more popular now. In those days, most games were FPS games that looked grey most of times. Thanks God we got a PS1 when PS3 came out. The funny thing is that we also got a PS2 when PS4 came out, but when PS5 came out, we actually got a PS5. So I went from PS1 to PS2 to PS5, and not going to lie, it was awesome. I went from playing Crash to Insanity and King Arthur to playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Ghost of Tsushima. The latter looked so realistic to me that I would feel the wind touching my face each time I would ride a horse. I would not have enjoyed it that much if I had a PS3 and PS4 before that. I know most of the PS5 library is just a PS4 library, but I never had a PS4. If I did, then yeah, I wouldn't find the need to get a PS5. But come on Sony, do we even need a PS6? Just focus on PS5 instead. Aren't games realistic enough? Yeah, it can be cool, but it comes at the cost of the developers crunching to death. I don't want that. I don't want to put any person's mental or physical health at a threat because of a video game. Yes, Rift Apart and Tsushima are in my top 10 games of all time, but so are Crash to Insanity and King Arthur. The reason I kept playing them was because I loved them. So yeah, you guys now know 5 of my top 10 favorite games of all time. Some statues that wield giant hammers come to life and attack you, while Hades trash talks to you. Again, the lack of parry makes it harder, but being careful is enough. It just takes longer than what it should. With QTE, Kratos will shatter them with their own hammers. Now we meet Hephaestus, the Smith God.
Leave me be! I tell you, I have paid the price.
Calm yourself, Smith God.
Ghost of Sparta! It is you. Well, well, well.
I thought Zeus would have killed you by now.
I thought you would have escaped this cavern by now.
Zeus may have imprisoned me here, but you are the reason I live in torment.
I did you no wrong, Hephaestus. I pursue only one Olympian.
Well, as long as it's only one Olympian.
I seek the Flame of Olympus. Do you know of it?
For what purpose, Spartan?
For the purpose I have chosen. Now tell me, do you know of the flame?
All true children of Olympus know of it. We've all come to respect its power, but don't be fooled by its enticing glow. Neither god nor man can touch its lethal flame.
I only need to find it.
If you can find your way out of the Underworld, I'm sure you can find your way to the Flame of Olympus.
You have been truly helpful, Hephaestus.
Again, as opposed to what most people think of classic Kratos, he did not kill him just because he annoyed him. I love how Kratos uses Hephaestus' own words against him. I also love how the controller vibrates when Hephaestus laughs. Considering his size, yeah, even his breath would be like a song to a human. Also, you guys know when the game makes a loud sound when you upgrade something? That sound is 10 times louder in this game, and it comes from the controller. First time I almost got a heart attack from it. Like previous games, the level 2 blades give you the Cyclone of Chaos and the Parry ability. You should rotate a lever to go reach 2 new places. The one on the right has chests in it, but there are lots of dogs around them. The dogs can dog pile on you, and by doing a QTE you will throw them off of yourself in such a powerful way it feels like an explosion. But that happens when there are multiple of them on you. If there is only one single dog on you, then it's not that cool. Also, some of the soldiers can dog pile on you as well. The one on the middle is your main path. On it we get back the Blade of Olympus.
Kratos?
How do you know of me?
You're the ghost of Sparta. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone is afraid of you.
There are reasons for that.
I'm not afraid of you.
It is good you're not afraid, child. Fear is a heavy burden.
I'm not a child, Kratos.
It does not matter what you are. My concerns lay elsewhere.
Kratos, please. I need you to free me.
The quest for freedom is also a heavy burden. I cannot help you.
I love how cool Kratos' lines are in this game. His sword is actually the rage mode here, and just like God of War 2, I am not a big fan of it. It is probably the worst even, because even in its tutorial section, it is not enough to kill all the enemies. Now with the bow, we can open the gate to the Temple of Hades, but before that we should deal with 2 Cerberuses. They can be a real threat. I think the safest way to stay away from them and just spam the bow and arrow, but it will take a while. Then a huge gate that... Okay, I get it. It's big. Opening it should be hard. But come on, do you want to kill me? Now we enter the Palace of Hades. We should solve a puzzle in order to fight him, and it is one of my favorite puzzles. It also has a corpse involved, but this corpse is actually the wife of Hades, the final boss of Chains of Olympus. During it we realize that again Athena is the one who says when our rage meter is full. But unlike her God of War 1 version, her voice is full of rage. I love how in that game she talked in an alien way.
Let the rage of the gods drive your blades, Kratos.
But here she talks more like a human.
Let the rage of Sparta fuel your blade, Kratos.
because in that game Athena was above him, but when Kratos became a god he was at the same level as her. Also we went from Rage of the Gods to the Rage of the Titans to the Rage of Sparta, which is cool. Now it is time to fight Hades, and before it he says some cool stuff.
Kratos, so glad you could carve out some time for us. You know, we need it. I sense some bad blood between us, Kratos. Oh, all the memories. They're overwhelming, really. Let's see. How many sins have you committed against me? Oh, that's right. You murdered my niece, Athena. And what else? What else? And you killed my brother, Poseidon. And I have not forgotten that it was you who butchered my beautiful queen. I will see you suffer as I have suffered. Your soul is mine.
By our resistance, the fight begins. He can attack with his weapon, which you can parry by a well-timed guard. He can try to stomp you, which should be evaded. After a short while he will jump. I would shoot arrows at him when he goes up and will jump when he goes down, so that I won't take damage from the energy he creates by jumping. You can also do a cyclone of chaos in the air if he is close to you. Then he will rotate his weapon and you may think you should jump over it, but the easier way is to roll through it actually. And I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. Sometimes he will use both his weapons at the same time, which should be evaded. Sometimes he will try to grab you, but it is so telegraphed that you will always know when to evade. Hades apparently has a pain fetish. Sometimes we should grab him and mash circle to stab him many times and he seems fine with it. By winning the QTE, you will cut a piece of his flesh and throw it away. That piece of flesh will try to come back to Hades, so destroy it before it does. But be careful for the hands of Hades. Sometimes the entire floor will be covered in a black goo, except for one part that you should go in it to be safe from a significant damage. Then he will try to dig a piece of the floor and you should parry his attacks to prevent it. Also he will try to capture your soul again, which can be stopped by a QTE. He can also throw projectiles at you and you should parry it. At his final phase he will put his weapon underground. This is a dangerous phase, so I will use rage and spam skewer on him. When we defeat him, we can have his weapon as our own, which is called the Claws of Hades. They look as if Kratos' chain blades have been fused with a scythe or something. I love its design and coloring. Its purple light looks the most beautiful in darkness. In the hands of a master, it is a tool for reaching greatness, but in the hands of a casual, it looks like a worse version of the Blades of Exile. I am somewhere in between. I agree that it is a unique enough weapon, but I still haven't gotten good enough to put it into a good use. You will have 4 weapons in this game, but unlike God of War 2, you have an easy access to all of them. I also said before that we have 4 magic attacks in the game, which is the same count as our weapon. That is because each magic is tied to a weapon, so you choose your magic by choosing the related weapon. Just like God of War 1, you choose your magic with the D-pad, which means you can also choose your weapon with the D-pad. So no need for using the pause menu to change weapon, thanks God. You can equip the Blades of Exile with the up button and the Claws of Hades with the right button. The color of the light of the PS5 controller changes depending on which weapon you have equipped. It's a beautiful purple when you have the claws. Just like the chain blades, it has square for light attack and triangle for heavy attack. I usually spam triangle with it. By each hit of it, souls will come out, which is a cool VFX. Then Hades will come back, and now get ready for round 2, in which we use his own weapon against him. Before this he talked in a relatively calm and very cool way, but now he talks in an angry and desperate way, and the voice acting is top notch at both of these states. Sometimes he will shoot a giant laser beam, and you should swing to the other side at those moments. With the claws, we give Hades a taste of his own medicine and capture his soul, and as a result chaos ensues. All the souls he has observed will come out of his body and roam freely in the water or in the sky. Now thanks to the claws, you can easily swim in river Styx without losing progress, because I think the souls are afraid of those weapons. We can go down in the river to find Hades' secret item. Army of Sparta was the magic of the Blades of Exile, and the magic of the Claws of Hades is Soul Summon, which is a unique mechanic in comparison to the rest of the magic attacks. As you can guess from the name, it summons a soul. But what soul? Well, these souls are some of the enemies that you have been fighting throughout the trilogy. You can choose a specific soul by pressing triangle in the pause menu. I have seen videos of people using different souls to do some god tier combo mat stuff, but I am nowhere near as good as them, so I barely ever use it. Also, I just don't like using consumable stuff in video games. That's why in the Mega Man X games, I'm more of a 0 player than an X player. Use L1 and cross rapidly to switch weapons while attacking, which is another great tool for combo mat stuff, but again nowhere near that level.
Kratos! Can it be? Does this mean Lord Hades rules no longer?
The god of the Underworld is dead.
Dead? Ah, Hades deserved to suffer, though I thought his death impossible.
Olympians overestimate themselves.
Interesting. I will keep that in mind, Spartan. You need the soul of a god to use the Hyperion Gate, Kratos. And that one has not been used for centuries. I'm sure it's broken, otherwise I would have seen my beautiful... You know, Kratos, I wasn't always like this, a monster. I was once the most prized craftsman in all of Olympus. Zeus rewarded me with my marriage to the beautiful Aphrodite. My mother, Hera, bragged of my talent. But the day you killed Ares was the day my world was torn from me. That day, Zeus became the fiend you now know. Worst of all, he took my beloved daughter, Pandora, my reason for living. I spend my time here trying to recreate her. I fail again and again. She still lives, Spartan. I can feel it. You, Kratos. You can bring her back to me.
Your child is not my concern.
But surely you can understand. You were once a father, too.
Now we should get back to that lever rotating section, but this time the statues that were around you will come to life. Now that you have a soul of a god, you can activate a portal and reach new places.
Remember your purpose, Kratos. The twilight is upon us. His death is our only hope.
Understand this, Athena. Zeus will die.
Oh look, Gaia still haven't managed to get back to Zeus.
You live, Spartan? The blood of Kronos serves you well. Quickly, you must help me.
Help you!
Yes, child. Quickly! I suffer greatly. I tried to return to battle, but
Without me!
you know I had no choice. You must help me!
Just the fact that she dares to ask help from Kratos. Again, Kratos just throws everything Gaia said back at her.
Kratos, do I mean nothing to you?
You were a means to an end, Gaia. Nothing more.
But I must face Zeus. The Titans must take down Olympus.
No! This is my war, not yours.
Long live the god. Then a bunch of cursed legionnaires attack you, and you should kill them all to open a door. Some harpies will show up, and with L plus circle you can ride them and reach higher places. If they are far, then shoot an arrow at them so that they would come near you. You should use this ability to open these chests up here. Then more cursed legionnaires show up. Like a coward, I killed the first 3 with the bow and arrow from afar. Then another centaur captain showed up, and they can command the cursed legionnaires to do a powerful attack that they couldn't do on their own. And you should jump over the energy beams they create with that attack. It is a hard encounter. Be extra careful. Then another hard encounter. We have a cool introduction to a new enemy. It is a combination of a snake and a lion and an antelope. At first the snake is at charge. It can pour acid on you, so do square triangle and always be ready to evade. When you kill the snake part, the lion part will be in charge. From now on it will throw fire at you. Again square triangle, but be extra ready. Then the antelope part will be in charge, and now be ultra extra ready. Try to stay away and shoot arrows at it. Helios and the Fire Titan are still fighting each other. By using a big bow, we throw Helios in the hands of the Titan, and he does the job for us. Then a hall full of enemies. Bringing an oil pot helps a lot. We will reach Helios, who is dying, so no boss fight or anything. Man, he is pathetic. In the both games that he exists, He is nothing but a guy in distress, always needing to be saved by others. Some legionnaires with spears and shields come to protect him. At the moment, we don't have a direct way of breaking those shields. A Cyclops will show up. By doing a QTE on it, we can ride it, and by doing so we can break the shields. Now Helios is alone and helpless, in the mercy of Kratos. Oh wait, what mercy?
Kratos, I have not forgotten the debt I owe you. Save me now, as you once saved me from Atlas. And I promise to repay you in full.
If you wish to repay me, tell me where I can find the Flame of Olympus.
Flame? You will never defeat Zeus, Spartan. You will forfeit your life in trying.
Of all the lives you should worry about, Helios, mine is not one of them.
Feel the power of the sun!
Helios tries to blind Kratos with light, but that damaged my eyes more than Kratos's.
Wait! I can tell you that to destroy Zeus, you must step into the flame to receive its power.
You lie, Helios! Hephaestus told me the flame kills all who touch it.
And you believe him? That freak has fallen from the graces of Olympus!
That is exactly why I believe him.
My death will not lead you to Zeus.
That is where you are wrong.
We kill Helios brutally, and as a result the sun is gone. Just like God of War 1 and 2, we have a decapitated head as part of our arsenal. But this time, instead of a beam that petrifies, we have a beam of light. I love how edgy God of War used to be. In other games we would use a flashlight or a torch, but in God of War, decapitated head. It can also make some walls invisible and intangible, so that we could continue the game. Kratos wasn't lying, his death did take him to Zeus. You can collect the shield of Helios as his secret item, which is just a little bit to the right next to his corpse. By using L plus triangle, you can stun enemies with the light, which can make them shiny as well. But you can also not use the light and equip the claws in darkness and see the beauty of the light. But with no light, you can only see the blood of your enemies, which is also beautiful. The game sometimes becomes something like Katana Zero, my actual favorite game of all time. You are an artist, your weapon is your brush, and the blood of your enemies the ink that you use to color a beautiful painting. I just sounded like a psychopath serial killer, huh? Here I upgrade the Blades of Exile to level 3, and again I unlock triple triangle, triangle, square, and now I can also hold square and press triangle while evading. And also Army of Sparta is stronger now. Some harpies will attack you, and by holding L2 plus triangle you can make a big light and make them fall into a bottomless pit. This move can also break some objects.
Kratos! It's getting close!
I told you, I cannot help you.
But you're the only one who can. I know it. I trust you.
You shouldn't.
The Wraiths will return. and this time their weakness is L1 plus circle. I liked it better in God of War 1 that you could simply grab them, because right now it takes more than an ideal time to kill them. Then more of them will appear, with some archers far away next to some oil pots. You know what to do. Now we are in a flying section and we should move to avoid getting hit. Then we kill that fire titan. And after that a platforming section in which you should avoid getting hit by meteors. After another flying section, we reach the caverns. After a while, we reach a section that annoys me because of how long it is and because it doesn't have checkpoints in the middle of it. First, some undead legionnaires attack and the fastest way is to throw them out. Then Minotaur attack and they will break a chain to kill you. So do L1 plus circle on them. Then they repeat it, but this time there are some archers. Then a Cerberus shows up and you can ride it to kill the rest of the enemies.
Look who it is! Kratos, the ghost of Sparta. The fallen god. The cursed mortal.
To catch a fly from the ass of Zeus is not worth my time, Hermes.
A coward's words, Kratos. You don't try to catch me because you know you can't. Kratos, where are you off to today? Kill any family members lately? Oh, that's right. You're off to kill your father, Zeus. Won't happen, can't happen. Kratos is on a fool's errand. Again. Never, never learn. Never, never change. Kratos, the fool who killed his own blood. Kratos, the fool among mortals and gods. Forever, ever cursed. Forever, ever doomed. Consumed by vengeance to his last breath. The Spartan lights the way to dusty death.
Then we reach Hermes and it basically confirms that God of War Betrayal isn't canon, because in that game we killed his son, but there is no mention of it here. After a long climbing section, we reach the Flame of Olympus. There are some paintings that we should reveal with light. They reveal some low, and also there are some hidden chests here.
Pandora's box. What is the meaning of this?
Your eyes do not deceive you, Kratos. It is the same box you opened years ago. The power to kill a god still rests inside.
I released those powers when I killed Ares.
No. Trapped inside that box, there is a stronger power. It has been missing from the world. It all began when Zeus triumphed over the Titans in the Great War. Zeus understood that the evils born from that battle, if left free, would destroy the world of man and gods. To contain these evils, Zeus commissioned Hephaestus to build a vessel strong enough to hold them. Fear, greed, hate. He locked them all away in the box in hopes that they would never again infect his reign. When you opened the box to kill Ares, you drew from the forbidden powers. After witnessing your victory, fear gripped Zeus.
But the flame is deadly. How can I recover the box?
With its namesake, Kratos.
Pandora?
She is the key to destroying the flame. The key to our revenge. This will be difficult, Spartan.
A simple child will not trouble me, Athena.
I hope you are right, Ghost of Sparta.
During this cutscene, Athena revealed that God of War 2 happened a few years after God of War 1. Also, I feel like this cutscene has led to some misconceptions. Some say that Zeus became evil because of the darkness that possessed him after opening Pandora's box, and he never was evil by choice. There is an unused line in the game in which Zeus would beg for forgiveness from Kratos before he was blind. And some people use this line to confirm it. But I have to say that line was removed for a reason. And that reason is that they realized Zeus had done some horrible stuff even before opening the box. So don't say that Zeus is a bad villain because he's evil as a result of being mind controlled. That darkness just made him an even worse person. He already was evil before that. If this didn't happen, Zeus would still choose to do more bad things. But he may have done that later rather than when he actually did it in that case. It is the same argument as saying Scar being evil because of a snake's venom is lame. Dude, Scar was evil even before the snake bite. He had his eyes on the throne even before that event. Back to God of War 3. We are chasing Hermes now.
You've been lucky in battle, Spartan, but your luck ends today.
Again, the voice actor was a little bit too close to the microphone, but if you ask me, again, it made the voice more effective. After a while, we reach him. You can find his coin here, which is his secret item.
Be bested by a mortal.
We will engage in battle with him, and it is a pathetically easy boss fight.
I thought Spartans fought with honor, and yet you seek to kill me when I have no way to defend myself? Not fair. But you have your own sense of honor, right, Kratos? And what has that honor brought you? Nothing but nightmares of your failure. Today you may defeat me, but in the end, Kratos, in the end, you'll betray only yourself.
Bro, I don't get it. Are you insulting me or are you begging for mercy? dude is such a shit person that when he died, the world became full of lies. Some people say he's so annoying and pathetic that it makes him the worst character of the franchise. I say he is the second worst character in the franchise because at least he tried to kill Kratos. The actual worst character is Helios because he didn't even try. He was just whining like a baby and he always needs to be rescued by everyone. By killing Hermes, we collect his boots, which lets us run fast with L2 plus cross. So fast that we can run on the walls with it and reach new places. It can be used in combat as well, but it just sucks at combat. Wouldn't have expected more than that from Hermes. Now we can even evade in the air thanks to the boots. We see some sirens that can turn invisible. Do L2 plus triangle to reveal them. The easiest way is to launch them in the air and then grab them a few times there. Then we have a mini game that have been ridiculed before because of kind of breaking the fourth wall. But I say sometimes video games have to be silly to become more fun. So I actually like it. I will upgrade the Blades of Exile to level 4, which makes Cyclone of Chaos stronger and gives back Tartarus Rage. The shield building enemies come back, and this time we should take advantage of Gorgons to kill them. You should kill 6 soldiers and the game will continue spawning Gorgons until you do so. We could have a challenge like this that could have made us kill all of the soldiers by only killing one Gorgon. Because we don't have to kill the Gorgon to freeze the rest. Sometimes the Gorgon will try to freeze you and with a parry you can petrify everyone. So then you could kill all the soldiers but not the Gorgon. Then you would wait for the Gorgon to break out and then kill the Gorgon to kill the rest of the soldiers. We should rotate a giant lever, but the 3 judges won't let it.
Bravo! Bravo! Our hero has arrived. Applause for another bastard child of Zeus. Just in time for the final act.
Hera.
You look terrible, dear. Still wanting to kill my husband, I suppose?
You know I seek revenge on Zeus.
Can't say that I blame you. Since you killed my son Ares, fear of you consumes him.
His fears will not matter. He is dead.
I'll drink to that.
Hera, I seek the child, Pandora.
Pandora?
That wretched little thing my son Hephaestus created? Well, we can't have you do that, my dear. Destroy him.
Hello, brother. This is not between us, Hercules.
Isn't it? You were always Zeus's favorite.
The air on Olympus affects your thinking. Zeus has no favorites.
Think about it, brother. While I was stuck cleaning the Augean stables, he chose you to destroy Ares. Not convinced. How about this? While you were being crowned the god of war, I was sent to find an apple. They called them labors. Ha! Perhaps he did allow me to kill the Nemean lion, but he made your name known amongst the people. A fierce warrior, a killer made hero, a man made a god. But this time, brother, this time I will destroy you. Call it my 13th and final labor. Soon I will become the god of war and claim the throne for myself.
You aspire to be an Olympian, yet there reigns in
We'll see about that.
Hercules wants to kill Kratos because of jealousy. Kratos told him that he doesn't want to kill him, but Hercules won't have any of it. Okay, have it your way. Don't say he didn't warn you. At first you should kill some soldiers, but try to kill the archers first. Then Hercules joins the fight, and he does it when the music is at its peak.
I'll take care of it.
You have heard this music in the previous games, but here it is perfected. When he takes enough damage, with a QT you can grab him and take him into a spiked wall and destroy his shoulder armor. Repeat this cycle to destroy his helmet as well. That's when he says,
"Armor is for weak."
Then why were you wearing it, bro? You are so bad at making it look normal. After a while we get his weapon and wow, this is such a fun weapon. It might be even my favorite in the franchise. I mean, it is either this or the Blades of Exile. This weapon is like a magical metal boxing glove. You punch with this weapon and man, what a punch it is. Each punch is like an explosion. Again, you have light attacks with square and heavy attacks with triangle. You can do square triangle, and yes, it is overpowered. It is a powerful weapon, but don't think that you are unstoppable now. You should still be ready to guard or evade all the time. After a while, Hercules will be defeated, and yes, it is a brutal death. At the end of it, nothing will be left of his face. This new weapon is named the Nemean Cestus. Go deep underwater to collect the secret item, Hercules' shoulder guard. The magic of the Cestus is a powerful slam that creates an energy beam and damages the enemies in front of Kratos. It's a good magic, but Army of Sparta is better. There are some blue crystals that can only be broken with the Cestus. The blue shields are made from these crystals, so you can finally have a direct mean of breaking them. Now we are at Poseidon's chamber. Here we find his secret item, which is a conch shell. Then some new statues come to life. You should kill these ones fast because how they work is that each time you hit them their body will get overheat, and when time passes their body will cool down and it will heal itself. You should hit them until they overheat so much that you can kill them with their own weapon. Killing them will give you yellow orbs, which is for rage energy. I have been a fanboy of this game, but now we reach something in the game that I do not enjoy and I will not defend. This thing shouldn't have existed in the game. No ands, ifs, or buts.
You're Lord Kratos. Please. No. I do not need your help. Lord Kratos, no! Please! Please, leave me be! I beg of you! Show mercy!
Hold your tongue.
There is this gear that should be held up so that Kratos can go through a gate. And instead of putting a piece of rock under it or something, he makes an innocent woman hold the gear for him, which leads to a brutal death.
Lord Kratos! Do not leave me!
Look, you have brutality in your game? Fine, that can be fun. You have nudity and sex in your game? Fine, that's a need like eating and drinking. But there must always be a red line. This was crossing that line. If you wanted to show his cruelty, we already knew how cruel he can be. And if you did this as a dark comedy thing, then I don't know what to say. I didn't find it funny. I don't mind dark comedy. In fact, I enjoy it sometimes. But again, there must always be a red line that shouldn't be crossed.
Pandora!
Kratos, I knew you'd come back.
Tell me where you are.
I hear something. He's close.
Just tell me how to find you.
The labyrinth! Find the labyrinth! Ah! Help! Help, Kratos!
Pandora! Pandora, what's happened? Where are you?
My son. You trifle with matters you cannot possibly understand. Stay away from this thing.
Zeus! Zeus!
There are some movable bridges, but some of them are broken. Then I met Aphrodite. She offered me to play a minigame.
I told her no. Obviously.
Good.
Do you see that shiny thing behind her bed? You can find her handcuffs there, which is her secret item. But be careful because there is a bottomless pit here. You don't want to tell people that you died in Aphrodite's chamber, do you?
Aphrodite, I knew you would return to me. Kratos. Tell me, has Aphrodite conquered another god of war?
That is a question you should ask your wife. I seek the labyrinth.
I thought you sought only the flame. What could you possibly want in... No! Stay away from her! Stay away from Pandora, Kratos! You are the reason she is in the labyrinth! The reason I live here in hell!
I have done you no wrong, Hephaestus.
Oh, but you have, Spartan. You opened the box.
I did what had to be done.
Clearly, you don't understand. The evils of the Great War cannot easily be contained. I forged the box in a power greater than the gods themselves. the Flame of Olympus. As the raw metal took shape, I realized the flame was the safest place to protect it. The lock was set. All that was needed was a key, a way to retrieve the box. Created from the very heart of the flame, the key took on a life of its own. Pandora. A child, neither living nor dead. I grew to love her, Spartan, and she grew to love me as her father. When Zeus came to take the box, I hid Pandora away. I told him that storing the box on the back of Kronos would be the safest place. After all, who could best the Titan? I lied. I did it to save my child. Surely you can understand that. It was your triumph using the box that revealed my deceit. Zeus tortured me until I confessed the truth of my beloved Pandora. He took her away, leaving me alone in my torment. Don't you understand? If you take her to the flame...
Understand this, Smith God. I will stop at nothing to destroy Zeus.
But if you... You're right, Spartan. If it means the death of Zeus, I'd be happy to help you. Perhaps. Yes, of course. We'll need the Omphalos stone. With it, I'll make you a weapon.
I have weapons.
Ah, but not like this. This weapon will give you the retribution you so rightly deserve. The stone rests in the Pit of Tartarus. Bring it to me and I will help you.
Man, you can't look more suspicious even if you tried. Now I should mention a very subjective problem that I have with this game. A problem that mostly comes with the new God of War games, but it happens a few times in this game as well. And that problem is that the game becomes so realistic and detailed that you can find it hard to realize where you should go. In the old games, the main path was much more detailed than background stuff. But now while playing some games, I am always wondering all the time where should I go and how should I go there. After a few combat encounters and a puzzle, we see the return of the cursed remains.
My tomb? Kronos! I know it was you who killed her, Spartan. Who else could? I live in torment because of you. After you took the box from Pandora's temple, Zeus was consumed with fear. He banished me to the Pits of Tartarus. I was tasked by the gods to kill Ares. Killed Ares out of your need for vengeance. But this time, retribution finally comes to me, Spartan.
Then we meet Kronos. In the first game, we were on his back, but now we are going to fight him. This place that exploring it took hours for us in the first game, now takes only a few minutes. Still hard to believe this guy is Kratos' grandfather. He is less like a boss fight and more like a level. There are enemies on and in his body, and we fight them while avoiding being crushed by Kronos.
Enough! Time to end this! Trust me, eating you will be more unpleasant for me.
He we still haven't learned how to chew before swallowing. The surgery was successful and that stone is removed from his body. And now he is going to pay the price with his life. The way we harm and kill him is the most disgusting so far. Everyone keeps betraying Kratos, and now it is the turn of Hephaestus. But I have to say, I don't blame him. There was no evil intention behind it. He was just protecting his child.
Kratos?
You sent me to my death?
No, calm yourself, Kratos. I knew you were up to the challenge. I truly needed the Olympus stone, you'll see.
Make it quick, old man.
A weapon such as this can't be rushed. This will be worth the wait. A fine weapon like no other. As I promised. Here is your retribution! Please, spare her. Pandora, forgive me.
We get the final weapon of the game, the Nemesis Whip. Again, it has square for light attack and triangle for heavy attack. This weapon is electric themed and is the fastest weapon in God of War history. You can hold any attack button to keep yourself and the weapon in one place and continue damaging. It is a very fun weapon, but again I didn't use it much because the cestus is still much more fun, and also we get this weapon late in the game. If the cestus didn't exist, then yeah, I would use this weapon a lot. I said it is a good weapon, but too bad we have a much better weapon here. I think I should do a playthrough with only this weapon after this video. Now I max out the Blades of Exile. Tartarus Rage becomes stronger, and now while using Army of Sparta, you can mash circles so that it would be raining arrows and it would do massive damage. But don't do it immediately. Wait for the game to tell you and then mash circle to do more damage. Go left and collect his secret item, his ring. Now I meet Aphrodite again, and now that I have killed her husband, it means there is no affair involved. So I did play with her. I'm such a good guy. The magic of the whip is similar to the electric magic in God of War 2. With the whip, you can activate those bridges now. Then a puzzle that is full of chests. You can even collect a map that is a secret item of a character that we will meet in a short time.
You! I told him to kill you. I told him the day you were born to kill you. But he would not have it. My stupid husband took pity. And now look what you have wrought. Look at this. Look at it. They're dying because of you. Everything is dying because of you. The sun is gone. The ocean swallowed the land. Disease infects what remains. I am doing all I can to keep them alive. But your ruthless murdering of the gods has caused all of this. Ah! You think this garden is not protected? Your brute strength may have bested Hercules. But your simple mind will never find a way out. I look forward to watching you die here, as an old man.
Now we should escape this maze. We find Hera's chalice. Then I upgrade the cestus to level 2, which lets me attack with L plus square, and yes, it is similar to Cyclone of Chaos. And then to level 3, that lets me press triangle after evading, and also it makes its magic stronger. In this maze, we see the satyrs, and they are probably at their most dangerous form in this game. There is an easy way to deal with them, but I still don't have the ability. I can actually have it on the easier difficulties, but not on very hard mode, because the game isn't that generous with the red orbs. The green gem on the chalice turns vision error into reality when this button is pressed. So puzzle time. As far as I know, this puzzle is rather infamous, but if you ask me, it isn't hard at all.
You simple mortal. How dare you challenge us? You think you can just walk away? We aren't finished. What have you done? What have you done to me? You coward! You destroy all you touch! Good luck with that little whore you call Pandora.
Hera keeps insulting Kratos, but he ignores her. But when she insults Pandora, Kratos kills her. Because of her similarity to Calliope, Kratos has started to care about her as if she is his own daughter. By killing Hera, all plants die and you can burn them with the bow to solve the puzzle. Then we will open a gate to enter a dark place. If you know what you are doing, you will have maxed out your health, magic and energy bars by now. I will also upgrade the cestus to level 4 that lets me do L1 plus triangle with it. We will see some scorpions and you should grab them fast to kill them before they kill you by just a few stings.
Gift of Hades, the liquid fire. That is what is first. Next. I will take the gift of warriors. The ice stone. That will give me the power to bring my son back to me.
Then we will have a hard encounter with many Cyclops.
Soon I will have my boy with me. I built it. My calculations are complete. They are accurate. There is no question of my loyalty.
I will max out the cestus and I will need it, because after a while you will meet Scorpius. It will grab you and you should do a demanding QT to escape. A QT that doesn't hurt it at all. It will also try to punch you. You should attack its crystallized legs. L1 plus score in the air is the best way. Sometimes it will try to sting you and you should either evade or grab one of the small scorpions it spawns to get a few seconds of invisible frames. It can rotate sometimes to evade your attacks. When you shatter 3 of its legs, it will be knocked out. That's when I will use rage mode to reach its head and attack. Then I will grab it to remove one of its teeth with a QTE. Then it will run away, but it will come back soon for round 2. It may seem simple, but on very hard mode all of its attacks can kill you with 1 or 2 hits. And there is no checkpoint in between. As a result, this part took me an hour. This fight could have been saved by only one single checkpoint in the middle of it. But I guess even the best game of the series should have that one moment. By killing it, we will get the Boreas Ice Storm, which helps us navigate the Labyrinth.
Who's there? My son! My beautiful Icarus! Ah, good, good. You have the Ice Storm. The Scorpion must be defeated. The Ice Storm. That is the secret of the Labyrinth. To escape it, we must assemble it. Oh, good. You've already started. I've seen the cubes moving into place. Now, once inside, you must use the gift of Boreas. It is the catalyst that drives the Labyrinth. You're not... But you... What have you done with my child? My boy! Where is my boy?
Your son is dead, Daedalus.
My boy, my child, no! No! I took the gift of Hades, the liquid fire, and the ice storm to create the power of the Labyrinth. Create the power! The power to create, the power to destroy. The king of the gods has forsaken me. He said that if I built the Labyrinth, I would see the return of my son. He said that if I took the liquid fire... Oh, my boy. Oh, my child.
I know how Kratos says boy is a meme now, but I also love how this guy says boy.
Don't do it, Spartan!
After a bunch of puzzles and combat sections, I will reach Pandora.
Pandora? What has he done?
He told me to never talk to you again. He told me if I did, he would hurt you the way he hurt my father.
He won't.
He told me he would kill you.
He can't. We must leave this place.
Come, I can show you the way.
I know why Kratos cares about her so much, but I don't know why she cares about him. I guess that's how she is. The incarnation of light. The kindest thing you could ever imagine. A cream the rabbit of some sort. And it is interesting how she will be with us for the remaining parts of the game. Kratos got a sidekick. If you wonder how the new God of War games would have been if they didn't drastically change the gameplay, the answer would probably be this section. In a way, they were tiptoeing in the water with Pandora before diving into water with Atreus.
Thank you, Kratos.
Our journey is far from over, Pandora. By its end, you will not be thanking me.
I know I look it, but I'm not a child, Kratos. I've seen many terrible things. I'm not afraid. I understand what lies ahead. I saw Zeus torture my father. I saw him beaten because of me. I should have helped him, but I was afraid.
Hephaestus did what every father should do. Protect his child.
Is that regret I hear in your voice, Kratos? Now you realize you shouldn't have killed him, huh?
No! It's all my fault. I failed him because of fear. Fear is its own kind of darkness. In that darkness, I heard what the gods said about me. They called me a monster.
Words mean nothing.
Perhaps. But in their words, I heard fear. The fear of an ash-covered warrior. The fear of you. As the fear in the gods rose, mine was replaced by hope.
Hope is for the weak, Pandora.
Hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
This is what hope delivers, child. You should learn that now.
After a few more puzzles and combat encounters, we enter a gauntlet that at first looked impossible, but one YouTube video later and it becomes my favorite combat encounter in God of War history. It is a hard challenge, but surviving it made me feel so accomplished. This battle is a puzzle in a way. You have a problem and you have all the tools you need to solve it. First, there are 3 sirens. At this point, you know what their weakness is, and you know that when the first time a circle appears above their head, it's for giving them a huge damage, and when the circle appears above them for the second time, it is for killing it. So you should do the QT on each of them once, and then start killing them, because the next wave of enemies will spawn depending on how many enemies you have killed. So you will have an easier time if the previous enemies are closer to death. Second wave is 6 shield guys. I killed the remaining sirens before dealing with them. During the entire fight, Pandora does a great job with distracting some of the enemies. So you can focus on a specific enemy easier because the other enemies will interrupt you less often. Then I will break all the shields before killing any soldiers. You can use the magic with the cestus to break them easier. The best way of killing them is to grab them and then triangle. But be careful not to grab Pandora accidentally. I killed only 2 enemies because then I had to focus on a wraith that got spawned. You know L1 plus circle with the blades of exile is their weakness. Then I killed 1 more soldier and then focused on the next siren and then the second wraith. Then 3 more shield guys came. First, I killed the remaining soldiers from wave 2 and then I killed one of the new soldiers. Then 2 Minotaurs showed up, and by equipping the whip and then holding or mashing triangle, they will become helpless against you. Sometimes I had to break shields or kill soldiers to avoid interrupting ripping Minotaurs in half. Then the rest is basically the same. Different combinations of shield guys, sirens, wraiths, and minotaurs. Finish a minotaur with QT to get green orbs, and finish a siren with QT to get blue orbs. And yeah, take all this knowledge into good use, and that combined with a calm mind and fast reflexes will lead you to your success. After more than a few deaths, of course. I had my doubts, but this section made me sure that this game is my favorite in the series. I think a good gameplay of this section could make some people discover the underappreciated depth of the old God of War combat. You know what could have easily ruined this section? Giving Pandora a health bar. If you had to take care of her as well, then it would be unfair. But she can take care of herself. She can even help you by distracting some enemies. So if they completely removed her from this combat encounter, then again it would become unfairly hard. Pandora's AI may not be the best, but it definitely is a very competent one.
The chain, Kratos. My father once told me it maintains the balance of power within Olympus. Break the chain to raise the labyrinth.
Wait here.
Then we go from one long but enjoyable section to a short but annoying one. It is another flying section, but this time it is too fast, so there is little time to avoid the hazards. And by the hazards, I don't mean those meteors, no. They damage you only a little bit. Weirdly enough, those pieces of wood are the ones that can kill you with 3 hits. No, seriously, if you get hit by wood 3 times, you die. Even with a completely full and maxed out health bar. After that, we reach the semi-final boss fight. Some people say it is not a boss fight, but look. If there is a big guy involved and it takes an hour to kill it, then it is a boss fight. Before you reach this fight, equip the claws and in the pause menu press triangle and in the soul select list select the serpent. We have a gigantic Cerberus here. Spam arrows on it and evade while having the claws equipped because you can evade faster with that. Sometimes it will spawn dogs and you should grab them to throw them back at the big Cerberus. It can also throw fireballs at you and you should evade those. When you decapitate its first head, a satyr will show up and that is the problem. Summon a serpent to freeze it and instantly kill it if you don't want it to become a threat. When you decapitate the second head, 2 satyrs will show up. And you may say not a big deal, I just summon 2 more serpents and freeze both of them and instantly kill them all. But here's the problem. You can only summon it 1 more time. That's because the serpent takes so much magic that even with a full and maxed out magic bar, you can only use it twice. If it costed just a little bit less, I could have done it, but life is not supposed to be perfect, right? You should be really lucky in order to freeze both of them with only 1 serpent. Sometimes I can't even freeze one of them because of how fast they move. So I have to rely on Rage Mode and Army of Sparta. From now on, the chests will respawn. With the cestus we will destroy some crystals that include this giant chain. And now I can guess why this game doesn't have a bonus play. Yes, this game doesn't have a bonus play and I think that's because they didn't want us to destroy this chain at the beginning. Couldn't they just put an aura around it or something? I have heard there is an indirect way of having bonus play, but I haven't tried it to see how it works.
Zeus knows I've escaped! Hurry! I can hear him! He's near! Please help me, Kratos! Hurry!
Then another flying section, and this one is pathetically easy.
Pandora! Pandora! Athena!
It's all right, Kratos.
Remember your purpose, Spartan. Remember why you have come so far. Prepare yourself, Spartan. You know what you must do.
I will raise the Labyrinth. I will take her where she belongs.
It's heartwarming to see these two together. The only allies of Kratos. Gaia could have also been in this group, but she was stupid. Now that the three judges aren't holding the chain anymore, we can rotate that lever. And couldn't we have triggered that cutscene immediately? Did we really have to tediously rotate it for one full cycle?
There it is! I can see it, Kratos. In the darkness, the fires of hope will set us free.
Pandora, no!
You know why I'm here. You brought me here to do this.
I will find another way.
No, Kratos. There is no other way. Let me go!
No, child!
I am not a child! You're hurting me! Kratos, help!
Put her down, Zeus!
Your obsession with this thing has become somewhat of a nuisance, my son.
Release the girl, Zeus!
Don't confuse this object, this construction of Hephaestus with your own flesh and blood. But perhaps you already have, Spartan. Your quest for Pandora, your pathetic attempt for atonement from the family you slaughtered, has caused nothing but havoc on Olympus. Look around at what you have done.
I see only what I have come to destroy.
Taking pity on you has been my greatest mistake, Kratos. Just as taking pity on this thing will prove to be your greatest mistake.
This has nothing to do with her!
It has everything to do with her!
Put her down!
As you wish.
Doing so will lead us to the final boss, but before that I would have maxed out the whip and upgraded the claws to level 4. Usually how I do is that after maxing out the Blades of Exile and the Cestus, I will upgrade the claws of Hades to level 3 so that I would have unlocked the Serpent Soul, and then I will max out the whip and then I will max out the claws. Then the bow of Apollo and then the head of Helios and then the boots of Hermes. If I find enough red orbs, that is. On easy mode everything is maxed out at the middle of the game, and on normal and hard mode you will have done that before the final boss. But on very hard mode it is not that generous with the red orbs. Phase 1 is basically a fighting game. Since I'm the literal incarnation of the word noob when it comes to fighting games, I just mash buttons. Square, square, triangle, and being ready to parry all the time is enough.
Kratos! Do not let her into the flame!
This is what I am meant to do! You know that! Please!
Hush!
Kratos, you know this is the only way!
Don't listen to her, Kratos. For once in your pathetic life, don't fail. Don't fail her like you failed your family.
Zeus, didn't you want Kratos to stop Pandora from sacrificing herself? Then why are you insulting Kratos? The level of the ego of the Greek gods are unbelievable.
Pandora!
After all you have sought, after all you have sacrificed, it ends in another stunning failure!
I know it's a sad scene, but the funny faces Kratos makes when he is angry ruins it for me.
Such chaos. I will have much to do after I kill him.
Face me, father. It is time to end this.
Yes, my son. It is time.
Phase 2 is time-based. Just survive until you reach Phase 3. That's when Gaia shows up. She fell from Mount Olympus 3 times and she's still alive. That's impressive.
The reign of Olympus ends now.
Gaia! You live?
My world, it bleeds because of you. I never sought your death, Spartan. Yet you have left me no choice.
During this cutscene, Zeus says a line that is a reference to a spin-off that would be released later that year.
Your pawn has failed you, Gaia. Perhaps you should have chosen the other one.
Enough! Father and son will die together.
We are back in Gaia's heart, and man, her screams of pain is horrifying. I know she is dumb, but she did not deserve a death that is this slow and painful. Her durability was a curse disguised as a blessing. Now the real fight begins. Zeus can throw projectiles that can be sent back to him by parrying. He can also throw one of his clones at you that can be blocked. He does the same 3-hit combo he could do in phase 1 and 2. And again you can block the first two but not the third one. Then he will try to absorb health and power from Gaia's heart. You can't stop it first time, but from the second time you can. I usually spam arrows on him to do so. He can create copies of himself that help him. They can only do the 3-hit combo and can easily be killed for a green orb. He can fly up and then hit the ground hard and you should jump to avoid being hurt. Sometimes he will do it with a few of his clones and you can just stay away from the clones and jump when the real one hits the ground. When there are more than a few clones around, I will activate the magic of the cestus and then rage mode when I run out of magic. Even on very hard mode, it is a relatively easy fight. My main attack was square triangle with the cestus, and I just had to be careful when to parry and when to evade. That's it more or less. So yeah, you may say why even the final boss isn't that hard. Isn't that actually a negative point? Doesn't that make this game the most square triangle of all the God of War games? Well, let's look at it this way. The other games on very hard mode had a few sections that were just misery. It was not a fair challenge, you didn't need to be smart in it, you just had to be lucky in them. And those are not enjoyable really. In the other games, on very hard mode you have to get really good at the game to enjoy it, but here you don't need to. But the thing is, you always have the option to deal with it in the professional way. Here, being cool is optional. My footage might not look very interesting, but just look up a few combo mat videos for this game. You will see some people that do some god tier stuff and they look like the coolest thing ever. So yeah, this one is actually deeper than the rest of the games, but it's up to you to reach that deepness. So as a result, we have a game that even on very hard mode doesn't have any miserable places. Well, the Scorpius boss battle is a miserable one, but that's literally the only one. There were a few other sections that I have complained about, but during the making of this video I played this game many more times, and yes, even those parts are not that hard anymore. So yeah, it's a very fun game. And you know what? If you want to do the same hard things that you needed to do in the previous games, you can do them and the result is much more beautiful than the previous ones. We will do a QTE and at the end of it, Kratos will stab both Zeus and Gaia's heart at the same time with the blade of Olympus. Gaia is dead, but Zeus, just like Kratos, is too angry to die. Zeus will grab Kratos and take away everything he gained in this game. Yes, they did a Metroid twice in this game.
Nothing but darkness lies ahead, Kratos.
We see that the transition from God of War 3 to God of War 4 wasn't that sudden. This final part is kinda similar to it. Just like the previous games, we have a section of just walking after dealing with the final boss. This time it is a few minutes instead of a few seconds, and it is much more interesting than the ones before it. We have a very interesting art style now. At first it's creepy because it's dark and you can only hear screaming. We have to follow a trail of blood. Then we can see fire and destruction.
Mother, what's happening outside? The people, the fires!
Shh! Stay close, Calliope.
Mother, I'm scared. Are they coming to get us?
Your father will protect us.
Man this village! Ban it to the ground!
Daddy? Kratos! No! No, Father, no!
My wife. My child. How? They were left in Sparta.
Ares!
Then we see the ghost of Pandora that will turn into a fire that helps us.
Kratos, in the darkness, the fires of hope will set us free.
Then Kratos sees the ghost of his family. I think they have forgiven Kratos and want him to forgive himself as well.
You can see the light. It is changing you. It is time to lay your fears to rest. The light reveals the truth. The power of forgiveness comes from within. To be forgiven, you must find the power to forgive yourself.
They will also turn into fire and Kratos will chase it. We again see the moment in which Kratos killed Athena, and this time he sounds much more regretful.
Athena! No!
I love how we should pass it by and then the camera focuses on her so that we would come back.
Kratos, fear drove Zeus to kill his father Kronos. The same fear that brought the Great War. A fear that drove Zeus to kill you, his own son. Zeus uses fear to keep you in the dark. Confront your demons and lay them to rest.
She will also turn into flames.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is...
Then we will see a recreation of the infamous self-destructive cutscene from the beginning of God of War 1. But this time he won't say the no hope part. That's because now he is finding hope.
Do you remember that day, Spartan?
I won't allow you to hurt her!
Good luck with that little whore you call Pandora.
You cannot change your destiny, mortal.
I gave you everything.
Please, don't do it, Spartan!
That's what you came for. Let me be.
Die, Spartan!
Today you may defeat me, but in the end, Kratos, in the end, you'll betray only yourself.
He will then jump into an ocean of blood and he hears lines from the different characters of the trilogy. Kratos will take the torch again and swim around. Then the fire will leave the torch and we will follow it.
Come, I can show you the way.
Slowly Kratos' red tattoo becomes a blue one and the atmosphere becomes relaxing. We find Pandora's box again and open it, and this time there is something in it.
Power to kill a god.
Hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
From Athena, Kratos learned to put his fears aside. From his family, he learned to forgive himself. And from Pandora, he learned hope. Now there is hope. So with this newfound power, Kratos will beat Zeus to death in first-person view. At the end of it, you can keep punching him forever. I will stop when the entire screen is bloody red.
Done well, Kratos. Freed from the bondage of Olympus and cleansed in chaos, mankind is now ready to hear my message.
Look around you, Athena. The world stands in ruin. What good is your message?
Go if you must. But first, I insist you give me the power from inside the box.
The box was empty.
That can't be true. I can see it in your eyes. You used my power to kill Zeus. You still have it as we speak. Don't you understand? When Zeus gathered all the evils and placed them in the box, I dreaded what would happen if it was opened again. And so, I summoned the most powerful weapon in the world, and I placed it in the box.
I told you, it was empty. Pandora was sacrificed in vain. She died because of my need for vengeance.
You must be mistaken. You used my power to kill Zeus. I saw you do it. Unless... Of course. When you opened the box, you released the evils to the gods. Infected them. Changed them. Zeus himself fell prey to the dark evils. This is why he became so enraged and obsessed with your death. He was consumed by the evil, fear. I thought the power I placed in the box was never released. All these years I assumed you drew from the evils inside to destroy Ares. But I was wrong. The power you took from the box is mine. From it, you gained the strength that Zeus could never destroy. A strength great enough to overcome fear. Locked deep inside of you, Kratos, is hope. It has remained buried, trapped by your guilt and the failures of your past. When you killed Zeus, you must have allowed something to awaken it. What was it, Kratos?
Hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
What was it, Kratos?
All I remember is what I have lost.
That is why you should give me the power. I understand its true meaning and where it belongs. I trust you to do the right thing, Kratos.
You shouldn't.
You owe me this, Kratos.
I owe you nothing.
I made you a god. I sheltered you from the wrath of Olympus. I delivered you revenge on Zeus.
It is over, Athena.
You would dare strike me down? Again?
My vengeance ends now.
Now Zeus is finally dead. And now that he is dead, Kratos' anger level goes down, and now he can finally observe and think about what he has done, and he has realized a few things. First is that Athena was no different from the rest of the gods. She might have even been the real villain of the entire saga. And second is that he himself is no different from the rest of the gods. He realized that he was the villain of this game. In order to kill one person, he destroyed a world. As he himself will say in the future, he killed many who deserved to die and many who didn't. So the last thing you do in this game is punishing yourself for the sins that you have committed.
You can't! You fool! What have you done? No! That was meant for me! They will not know what to do with it! You disappoint me, Spartan.
The power of hope is given to the remaining people. What I and some other people have theorized is that by doing this act, this world becomes normal. Before this, everything happened because of the cruel gods. The sun would go up by the gods, the water would go down by the gods. Their world functioned because the gods allowed it. But when the remaining people start rebuilding this world, it will function like our world. The sun would work normally, the water level would go down, and eventually it would become a functional world like ours. After all the horrible stuff Kratos has done, now he chooses to do one heroic sacrifice and saves the remaining people. I'm happy that God of War continued, but even if it ended here, I would be satisfied. Now, what was this game about? It looks like a revenge story, but there is something deep hidden behind it. A few characters talked about hope in this game, And that is a word that have been absent from God of War and Greek tragedies in general. But it was always there deep within. It was hope that kept Kratos alive. It was hope that helped Kratos go through all the impossible challenges. And it was because of hope that he could defeat evil forces like Ares and Zeus. All the characters did all they did because they were hoping for a better future for themselves. Under all the violence, all the sex, and all the tragedies, God of War is about hope. And it is also about bravery and forgiveness. And also this series is about change. It's never too late to become a better person. You may ask, is it enough though? Will I ever be forgiven considering all the bad things I have done? And my answer to that is, does it even matter? Do you need a reason to do good things for once in your life? The more you prevent yourself from changing, the more you drown yourself in darkness. If Kratos of all people can become a better person, if this heartless monster can become a hero, then what's stopping you from changing for the better? Are you worse than him? So let go of your hatred for others and forgive yourself. Become a better person. Be hopeful and do the best you can for a better future.